From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. Civil liberties groups are raising concerns over Ottawa's plan to create new protest exclusion zones through a proposed set of laws. Justice Minister Sean Fraser says the changes would ban protests that block or threaten people at places of worship or schools. Critics say the current laws are already capable of dealing with these actions and warn the new rules could hurt free expression and peaceful protest. Toronto's Centre for Free Expression says the move seems more performative than practical, while the Canadian Civil Liberties Association says it overlaps with existing laws and seems to be unnecessary. Public health specialists say climate change is behind the increase in Lyme disease cases across Canada and the introduction of other tick-borne illnesses. BC Centre for Disease Control physician Dr. Mainik Singhal says it's important to check yourself for ticks after spending time outdoors. He says if you find one in your skin, grab some tweezers and use it to pull the whole tick out.
So you want to grab it as close as to the skin edge as possible, squeeze the tweezers, and grab the tick and then pull it straight up. We don't want to twist. We don't want to go left and right. Just pull it straight up so that we get all of it out.
Public health officials urge you to see a healthcare provider if you develop a rash, fever, or body aches after being exposed to a tick bite. More than 25,000 people will be marching through the streets of Toronto for Pride Parade throughout this weekend, showing their support for the LGBTQ community. Dancer Arten Avaznia says that seeing Iranians participating in the parade has changed how he thinks about representation. Avaznia says he grew up in Ottawa, where queer Middle Eastern voices were rarely heard. Major sponsors of Pride, like Google and Nissan, have pulled their funding this year, leaving the Toronto Pride Parade with a $900,000 shortfall. The festival says it might have to scale back next year's parade if new support systems aren't found. A tech trade group has sued the state of Arkansas over two new laws restricting social media content. The law grants parents the right to sue social media companies if their children died by suicide after being exposed to harmful content on the platforms. NetChoice says the rules of the law are vague and unconstitutional. However, Arkansas officials say they will defend the laws, as courts in other states have blocked similar measures. And some iconic movie props are going on auction next month. Heritage Auctions is displaying items from the upcoming Hollywood and entertainment sale at its Los Angeles showroom. Heritage Auctions Vice President Joe Maddalena says buyers have a chance to bid on iconic items for their personal collection, including the 10 Commandments from director Cecil B. DeMille.
We have amazing things, from scripts to original art, but we have the actual commandments carved from Mount Sinai. It's pretty amazing.
The auction runs from July 16th to the 18th. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Ottawa Senators have acquired defenseman Jordan Spence from the LA Kings. In exchange, they're sending a 2025 third-round draft pick and a 2026 sixth-round draft selection via Colorado. Spence had 28 points plus a 23 rating with 79 regular season games for the Kings in the 2024-25 season. Simon Wang is the highest drafted player born in China now that the San Jose Sharks have taken him as the first pick of the second round of the NHL draft. His family moved from Beijing to Toronto when he was 12. The 6'6" defenseman surged forward in his development over the past year, showing more than enough potential to entice the Sharks with 33rd overall selection. Meanwhile, as the NHL draft continues, the Calgary Flames have signed defenseman Kevin Wall to a 6-year contract. The deal carries an annual average value of $5.35 million US. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.